But will we find out in the end in this title race that City's know-how is incredibly important, or the Klopp factor has had a major effect on Liverpool, or Arsenal have a newfound mentality? Martin, who comes out on top by the time we get to the end of May?
Well, Sam, you asked me a question about who would possibly be a successor to Klopp, and I said I hadn't got a clue. And at the expense of saying exactly the same again, I haven't got a clue. So there we go. So, and what on earth am I on this programme for if I haven't got a clue about the both things? So I genuinely don't know. It's so tight. It's so tight. You could put an argument up for each one of them, and for the very points that you've just made. The know-how of Manchester City have got over the line a number of times. Arsenal didn't last season, but are definitely stronger this year. Stronger mentality, I believe. Stronger defensively, which is the most important thing, I think. And Liverpool with the Klopp factor, it's so exciting. It's terrific.
It's compelling, isn't it?
It's absolutely.
And this
compelling.
is what we want from the Premier League title race, right?
Well, absolutely. I think unless you're an avid City fan, most people would like to see somebody else win it because it's.
Well, as a Liverpool fan, you certainly would feel like that.
Yeah, but even if I wasn't, I'd rather, if it was Liverpool weren't in the title race, I wanted Arsenal to win it last year. And it's not that I don't admire Manchester City. Of course I do. It's a phenomenal team with a great manager, and they're a brilliant football side. But if you love football, you like jeopardy. You like competition. And this is turning into a real ding-dong. I mean, I've said it all along, and I don't think Arsenal get over the line just because of the fixtures they've got less. They've got to go to White Hart. What do they call them?
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
Yeah, it's White Hart Lane to me. Old Trafford and Brighton.
Yes, big fixtures for us.
There's 3 away games. I mean, they have got to be bang on it for every one of those 3 games. And Liverpool and City's, although Liverpool got a couple of tricky away ones, West Ham away can be tough, but you'd fancy them to have too much. Everton away, although it's a derby, you'd fancy them to have too much. It's only really that Tottenham game for Liverpool that would concern me. So I think Liverpool have got a hell of a good run in. And City have got a pretty damn good one as well.
They got Manchester United on Sunday, though, Liverpool, haven't they? That's always a tricky fixture.
I
Everton in the derby on the 24th, live on talkSPORT.
Liverpool will still right. Good. Don't worry about that one. The best thing that happened to Liverpool, in a weird way, was when I call it complacency or whatever in the cup game against United, and they ended up getting done. That will give them a right little kick up the backside going back there this weekend. And Liverpool at it are too good for Man United. They saw that in the game. I don't see them making that mistake again. I don't know what you think, Mark. I know United have
I don't disagree with you, Danny. I think that's right, and you've more experience of those particular situations than myself. But I mean, you couldn't discount the Klopp factor. You can't discount Liverpool, and they're getting some players back now as well too. Apparently, he was saying, didn't he? He said that a few of the lads are coming back. So. It's as you said, it's exhilaratingly brilliant.
Klopp's departing at the end of the season. Obviously, Pep's been around for a very, very long time now. Arsenal have started to sort of come to the fore. Is this a three-way battle that is going to continue over the course of the next few years, or can you see someone emerging from the pack, maybe taking Manchester City's crown on a regular basis? Listen, our Arsenal supporting producer has written on my piece of paper here, are Arsenal set to become the next best force in English football again?
They could well be. I think they have to get over the line first, and that's really important. Last season they claimed they bottled it. I'm not so sure that's actually true. But they've strengthened this season. Rice has been a great signing for them, and defensively they are pretty strong. Whereas, and here's the interesting point. Remember a couple of seasons ago when they opened their fixture, I think it was a Friday night against Brentford, and where they conceded set pieces, and people were saying they were so brittle. And now they're the best in the league at scoring from set pieces, and that's been a major shift in emphasis. And so, but the value of set pieces should not be discounted either from that viewpoint. And for all their free-flowing football, Arsenal have scored that number of goals from the set pieces. So I think there's a less fear about defending their set pieces now than there was before. And obviously they're capable of scoring goals. So they've done remarkably well. Then they've stuck with it, and they have got a great chance.
I think in answer to your question, it feels like an inevitable drop-off for City if and when Pep leaves.
Right.
I think that would be hard to think they could maintain the level or kick on, so there might be a drop-off. That's the hope of everyone else.
Big job for the successor at Liverpool.
The same, I think, most people assume would happen at Liverpool. I think the difference maybe at Liverpool, or the way I see it at Liverpool at the moment, is the squad is very young and healthy and energetic. It doesn't need too much. I mean, yes, okay, get Van Dijk tied down. That would be key. The rest of it, I think someone's lucky going in there with that group of players. I mean, I know it's hard to follow Klopp. We talked about it earlier, but it's a hell of a squad they're inheriting. You know, great players to work with. So I would be reluctant to say that there's inevitability about Arsenal becoming the new kids on the block and the top dog. No, I wouldn't go that far yet. And as Martin said, you know, they've not yet to win anything.
And how long before, and this is a tomorrow night game, before we see the resurgence of Chelsea and Manchester United, do you think?
It'll take a while, I think. It'll take a little while. The fact that Manchester United are trying to vie for maybe 5th place in the league tells you all about the season that they've had. But it'll take a while. I'm sure that they will get it right at some stage or another. Probably pour a lot more money into it if that's the case. Chelsea might be the same, but it'll take a while from performances and results over the last number of months.
I mean, how far those two have fallen is quite frightening, really, when you think that they're probably contesting 7th and 8th place at the very best this season.
It is. It's great, though, isn't it?
Not really. If you're Chelsea or Manchester United.
I'm joking. No, I was just trying to wind you up. I think I understand what Chelsea are trying to do in terms of. I mean, they've overspent on the quality they've got. I certainly believe that, but their method of buying all this young talent that's going to emerge into this wonderful team with a coach who nurtures the young players, etc., has never really been tried. You know, most of the good teams in the past have had a balance of youthful young talent mixed with experience and know-how, and this is an experiment that could fail. I think they will get better, don't get me wrong. Young players tend to improve with experience of playing in this league, so I expect them to do better next season, but I don't see them competing. And Man U are, I think they're a good couple of years away, because the problem they've got is not just trying to sign players, and that's harder when you're not in the Champions League and you're not being successful to get the best players. They've got a hell of a lot of dead weight to get out.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your contributions this morning. Nice to see you again, Danny. Lovely to see you again, Martin.
Thank you, Sam.
Hopefully Jim will be back tomorrow morning from 10 o'clock.
Do you hope so, though, or would you like to be here again?
Well, I'm going to go to Liverpool tomorrow.
It's all right, you're finished at 1. You can jump on the 2.
That is a quick turnaround, Danny, even by my standards.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.